Well, hello and welcome to the United Adventure Company. It's Tuesday, so that means that it is time for some weird. First, let's thank everyone who has joined, subscribed, and or watched us on Twitch or YouTube throughout the past week. We love you. Accolades to you all. You give accolades, right? You don't accept them. I guess you can give and accept them, right? But anyway, much love to you. Don't really have any special messages, so I'm going to just jump right into it. So, let me introduce everybody first. I think that'd be good, right? You gotta forgive me. I had like a hit of this and it's kicking. So
that's a real moonshine right there, yes. Everybody.
I am Jesse Craig, aka Ego Rabbit, aka Professor Matches. I am the host of the WYRD Game and creator of the WYRD Game. And with us is Lord Thorn. Lord Thorn, he is producing. He's actually running the stream. We have Two Wolf Designs and Diamond Anvil.
Hello.
Thorn is playing Jerry. Diamond's playing David. Two Wolf is playing Sorja. Said it right that time? All right. So, there, when last, man, I'll tell you, that was crazy. When last we left off, everyone was in the house, actually, except for Jerry, except for Jerry and David. Jerry and David had stayed at the boat because Jerry had accidentally walked into the muzzle of a 12 gauge and
accidentally my butt.
Yeah, was not doing well. And I think after talking with people, the general consensus is Jerry should have died. I don't have anything in the rules for taking a shotgun point blank to the chest. So I had just made like a third degree critical, and Jerry was lucky enough to survive. But maybe we should we can call it the Jerry clause, and we'll put that into the rule book as the Jerry clause. All right. And David had stayed behind. Before they went back into the house, I'm lost track again. They had met back up with Stephanie Newthsome, who was on her way to the island with Deacon Thomas in hand, because she had just left Sunday services at St. Cambion Church and had told Father Price about everything that was going on, and it was decided to send Deacon Thomas out. So with David and Jerry in the boat, holding down the fort, Stephanie, Sorja, and Deacon Thomas. Why is David in the house? I'm sorry. Are you all on the same screen as me?
Mm-hmm.
I have David in the house. Okay. Went into the house. After searching around and investigating, they discovered, as they heard a voice, and they looked upon the stairs, and they saw a vision of what appears to be a late 20s Stephanie Newthsome at the top of the stairs. Her face strained, veins on it, her eyes darkened and black. And she yelled out, "Where is Alice?" And at that point, let's start the game. So everyone, unless I missed something, did I miss anything?
No, that was about it.
All right.
On the outside, I'm carrying Dad's shotgun. They let the smallest person go back into the house with them.
Yes. And I was saying before the stream to everyone else, I don't have the updated NPCs all into the Roll20 yet, so I have some of them on here. That's why I'm rolling physical dice a lot.
Oh, no.
All right. So first of all, let's make reality checks. Everyone here who looks at this visage of Stephanie Newthsome staring down.
I'm the only one there, so I guess me.
That
brings up an interesting question.
Yes.
The Sorja was carrying along one of her drone cameras with a video feed or with a feed back to the boat.
Mhm.
So if we're looking at it on a screen, are we going to perceive it as does it have the same impact as in person?
That's a good question. And I will say, no, it does not.
If you even see it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, we do need to take into consideration, Sorja, are you flying this drone at all times? Because
No, I took the camera off
that's
and mounted it on my shoulder.
That's right. That's right. No, I don't think it's going to have the same effect for those watching on screen. Although those iPads do have some good resolution now.
Mhm. I mean, the camera's 4K. The iPads do 4K. So, hey.
But yeah, it's just not the same.
Mhm.
I mean, I can watch Faces of Death all day, but if I'm there, I'm freaking the fuck out. I'm sorry.
Right.
Sorry for the bad words so early into the game. Let's go.
Well, shit.
Oh, did y'all roll already?
I did. I'm the only one
Of course you
inside
did.
to physically seen them.
Yeah, that's right. Here I am. This is like I'm always stuck with all the NPCs.
I mean, you got Deacon Thomas and Stephanie, which you got to roll.
yeah, I'm wrong.
Okay.
All right. Stephanie looks up and she lets out a scream that just rips into everyone's ears, reverberates down the hall, even back at the boat. This sound breaks through that barrier of trees and everything, and you hear the blood-curdling scream of Stephanie. Father Thomas freezes in place with this questioned look and fear and inquisitive look on his face. Sorja, you made it.
Mhm. I look at him and go, you believe me now? And why are you here if you're here? Looking at Stephanie.
Stephanie, after letting loose that scream, she bursts through the door here at the music room. Oh, y'all never looked in this room, so you don't know it's a music room. Huh? She bursts through this door. She stumbles over broken pieces of instruments and furniture and all kinds of stuff, and she is bolting towards. She just steps through that glass like it's not even there, and you hear shattering.
I kind of yell at the camera and stuff and go, somebody catch her.
If only David were really there. Let's move
Right.
David. Let's let David hang out on the patio for now. All right.
Well, Dave, I guess they finally believe us now.
I think so. I think they're starting to get the drift of what's going on here. Education is an important thing.
I bet I better limp my happy ass over there and stop her from getting eaten or something worse.
Jerry, you really need to stay here in the boat. I'll take care of that.
What are you gonna do, Four Eyes?
What am I gonna do? What do I have to do? I've got to hold a hand. I've got to, speak calming words.
And what
That's
if
what
the
I gotta
dog
do.
shows up?
What if the dog shows up? I run back here and we blow it up.
Well, true. We did set up those explosives earlier.
And,
All right.
Well, that was the point.
The host had too much of Grandpa's juice.
No, I'm with you.
Hey.
I'm here.
That stuff's keeping me sane right now because I'm in a shit ton of pain.
I think it's making me red. I feel fire in my cheeks. All right. Well, let's make no mistake. Not David. Jerry, you did walk into a shotgun. So, mechanically, it did trauma to you. Narratively, you are hurt. But just keep that in mind. So, David, did you decide you're just hanging tight or you running?
I'm gonna grab a something to defend myself with. Probably a couple of my power heads, those sharp boomstick things that I brought along. A couple of those, And I'm going to ask Jerry if he's got anything that I can, short range, last desperation, anything I can use should it come to it, recognizing I'm lucky to know which end to point in which direction.
I got you. Here's my trusty hunting machete.
Perfect. I'll clip the machete to my belt, and then I'll head off to the house to try to track down Stephanie.
I'll allow it. Let's do it. All right. You grab the machete, clip it onto your belt, jump off to the dock, and now it was about 4:40 when this started. You were a mighty sailor man. You're up with sunrise and all that and high tides. I just want to point out that it's getting dark.
Okay, I will move with a bit of haste, shall we say.
It's still going to take you a couple rounds to get there. And we actually haven't entered rounds yet, but we might be doing that soon.
I understand.
All right, back in the house, Father Thomas just starts. He's saying stuff that Deacon Thomas says stuff that priests would say when they're scared, and to those who are about to die and things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking Latin and asking for people's forgiveness and stuff. All right. Still shivering in his loafers.
I kind of raise the shotgun a little bit and go, "And who are you?"
We are Stephanie. And every time it speaks, it's like there's 20 people in there. And the voice never comes from where you think, because you can't, it comes from everywhere. It's like it's coming from the walls. It's coming from the ceiling. It's coming from the floor. Coming from the cigarette butts on the floor.
Yeah. Stephanie just ran out the door. You can't be Stephanie. She's alive.
It takes a silent footstep down the stairs. You can see that there is some kind of anguish or suffering in its face. It's like sweating. Where is Alice?
California, at home, where she's supposed to be. Little Alice was here earlier. Ooh.
All right, it takes a few more steps. It's halfway down the stairs now. It doesn't appear to be listening to you.
I raise the shotgun up higher and go, "That's far enough." With it on my side, not correctly held, since I have no clue.
All right. Deacon Thomas seems to come to his senses at least a little bit. Sorja, I think we need to go. I don't think we're safe here.
We need to find out why they're here. What's holding them, whoever this is, here?
All right. The walls start to crack. The walls behind you. Actually, the walls like right here in the corner of the music room and the greenhouse. It's actually right here. That wall starts to crack. Some of the boards and stuff fall off of it, and stuff is coming out of it.
Stuff
and
like
old wiring, splinters, old insulation, and you get the feeling something is coming to hurt you out of that wall. So let's do initiative. Remember, make sure to click on your token. before you do your initiative.
Do you have to put the thing up there first?
No,
Initiative tracker?
no, I should.
Okay. Okay.
Do you want me to click initiative now or wait until I get on scene?
I'll tell you what, go ahead. That way we can make sure we keep track of, make sure we keep you in the turn. All right, here we go.
Be nice tonight, Dice.
Oh, come on. There we go. All right, David, you've picked up the pace, right? You're at a run. You've got this stuff you're carrying. You run off of the deck, off the decking, your feet dig into that sand and all that dirt and vines. You bust through the bushes onto the trail to the house. Sorja.
Yep.
These old wiring and insulation and stuff has wrapped and twisted itself together and is like tendrils or ropes, and they burst out of the wall. What will you do?
I'm going towards the center of the room and kind of looking at, like, motioning for the deacon to come with me.
All right, well, you can't move that fast in the round, so
Okay. However far you say I can go.
all right, well, okay, this is the way you can do it. You can move up to 15 feet and still do an action, or you can go 30 feet. That takes up your entire action, or you can make an athletics roll and see if you can actually get faster, like move much faster out of there. But right now, if you just move to 15 feet, you can still take one of your actions.
Okay. I'll just do the 15 foot. So, right.
That's fine.
Oh, I got to switch pointers. Okay. And I'm still pointing the gun towards the person on the stairway. Let's talk this out. There's no need to hurt people.
All right. Deacon Thomas spins around and looks at the looks at where the wall is blowing up. And he yells, "My God!" I don't want to be disrespectful to religious people or anything. I just really don't know what a deacon would say at this point, other than things that I've seen on The Exorcist. So the power of Christ
right
compels you. Compels you. And lucky Deacon Thomas, I can't even kill an NPC. All right. The wires are burst out. They rip up into like his jacket and his pants and his clothes, and they wrap around him and they start constricting. And he drops his little hospital medical bag thing he had, if you remember, his cliche exorcism bag. David, it's back up to you. You're still tearing through these trees. You can hear Deacon Thomas yelling. The branches and stuff are like brushing against you. Some of them pop you in the face, but you're tearing through this stuff, hopping over big roots. Boom. Back to Sorja. Deacon Thomas is being constricted by this not up to code house wiring.
I don't think I would have any of my tools on me, so I wouldn't, you know, what I mean, my electrical stuff and everything for wiring and stuff. So I don't know what I can do for him. I still move my other little bit away.
Right. So you can go 15 or you can go all 30. You can go all 30 if you don't want to do it.
No,
All right.
I'm gonna look at the
Excuse
one
me.
on the stairs. Let him go, or I fire.
It hasn't pays zero attention to you.
If I don't get any reaction, I'm gonna fire at it now. I don't have
Right.
firearms, so
That's all right. You're making a shot. That's going to be a coordination action check.
okay. Don't have anything in that either, but
Let me see what you rolled.
15.
Oh, it's okay. You made it, actually. Wasn't a critical, but it was a good shot. You can't tell. Doesn't appear that you hit young Stephanie, but you can see where the bullets, was it a slug, I think Jerry
Yeah.
said?
Yeah.
You can see where the hole opens up. So you're not sure if you missed or if it went through or whatever, but did not seem to have an effect.
Okay.
All right. Deacon Thomas is struggling with these wires. He gets some of them broken away, but there's more just wrapping around his neck. Young Stephanie looks down at you and says, I keep this one. We'll trade for Alice. And again, it's a chorus of voices. Male, female, young, old, from everywhere.
Okay.
Why does it stop the music? We want to hear the music. We want. Oh, all right. Oh, it's back to David. I'm sorry.
Yep.
David, you hear this voice boom from the house as you reach the porch. The doors are shut.
Would he have seen her run out through with the camera, where he would know to go around instead of through the house? Maybe.
Sure, I'm okay with that. If you
I'm
want.
questioning. I'm asking.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
So it's his choice if he goes to the house
Yeah.
or around the outside.
Yeah, I guess I'll stay outside the house and swing around to the back if that's where I saw Stephanie bolt from as she left the frame.
All right, so let me go ahead and move you on here then.
May take me a few more rounds to get there, but
David Remo goes round the outside. All right. I don't think we'll get a copyright burst on that one because I wasn't singing it. It was a sample. All right. We'll start you right there. And we'll let you go now. You can go your full 15, or you can make an athletics check to see if you can go faster. And you will be running through trees and such.
okay.
It's okay if you don't have athletics, it's just coordination.
Yep. I think I'm going to give it a shot. 13.
All right. You can go to 40. So you can go ahead and go through 40 through there. You almost got your leg wrapped up into some bushes, but You're okay. You could just estimate. This is right there. Yeah, right there.
Yeah.
Right there.
Right there. Good enough.
Yeah,
That's
right
good.
there.
It only really matters. I guess it matters, but it only really matters if you're in a chase. So that's why I let people roll, so you can go faster and stuff. All right. Soria, what is your response? Oh, let me. I don't. Seems like Jerry is continuously being left out of the action. But Jerry, I do want to. If you want to do something, I'll let you go this round. But you do hear the shotgun. You did hear that shotgun shot go off, and you no longer have, unless David left the iPad for you, you no longer have a way to see what's going on.
I would have left the iPad for Jerry.
Yeah, I'm keeping track on the iPad, but I'm also going to post up and get my 30-06 ready.
All right. All right. Sorry, we got out around a little bit there. I felt bad. Jerry bleeding out on the boat, all by himself. All right, Soldier, what will you do? Do you have any kind of response or?
I'm trying to decide if I go up and try to tackle the deacon, if it would rip him free.
I don't know.
Me neither. I'm going small size, not very strong. I'm gonna give it a try. I'm gonna try to run like through him, so the full 30, and tackle him and pull him away from the wiring.
Okay. Go ahead and make a coordination check. Action check. All right. You have Deacon Thomas. You've got him in the position. The wall is not letting go, but you can struggle more on the next turn if you want to try to break him free.
Okay. Maybe we can work together and get him free.
Deacon Thomas says, "No, Sorja. Leave. Go get help. I'll be fine. Tell Father Prize." All right, so you are holding on to Thomas. The wall, the wiring jerks Thomas and you back up against the wall, like boom, like it's trying to pull him into the wall. And you can see that small cuts and stuff are starting to form on him where the wiring is getting tighter and tighter. He's starting to get discolored. All right, Jerry, you want to do anything, and we'll let you roll to get into initiative, or?
I'm gonna. Oh, sorry.
Well, I'm gonna take this little bit of time to try to patch myself up a little bit better, so I can move a little bit easier.
All right. Do you want to just go ahead and roll initiative just in case you want to get into the next round?
Absolutely.
All right. You have a token up here. Let me drag you down. Well, not drag you down. Just put you where you can be seen. So you can click on your token and whatnot. All right.
You want me to roll my
Initiative. So click on your token and roll your initiative.
initiatives there? Do you want me to roll my first responder?
You can't. Mechanically, you've already done as much to yourself as you can do.
Okay.
You're still in pain and everything. Is what I'm saying.
Well, Grandpa's special medicine can fix that real quick. Just need to take a couple more snorts.
All right. But you can go ahead and roll at any time. And back to the top of the round. David.
Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to try to cover some more ground.
All right. You can go to 30 or you can make the athletics check. Now, if you fail the athletics check, it causes you to tumble, fall, trip. But it gets you further if you succeed.
You know what? I'll give it a shot. I mean, this is the time to get in there.
All right, so coordination, unless you have athletics, which you actually do, don't you?
I do not have athletics.
Oh, okay. All right.
So that's coordination?
Yep.
$11.
All right, yeah, you almost trip out, but you can move the 40. And again, if you just want to count eyeball it while we go to the next, that's fine.
Yep, okay.
Sorja, this thing is like trying to make Deacon Thomas and the wall one, but either it's too dumb to know that it can't do that, or it doesn't care that it's straining Deacon Thomas through the studs like a.
If I can get
Lasagna
free, I'm going
noodles.
to take off the way Stephanie went.
Yeah, you can let go. No problem.
Yeah. I figure if I couldn't knock him loose, I'm not going to get him free without something else. So
There you
I'll
go.
run out towards this door. I'm going to need a little bit more than what I've got on me to do something about this.
All right, so you run through here, you get a better look. Not that you're taking time to sightsee, but this does appear to be like a music room. There's old weathered sheet music scattered everywhere. You're actually having to sidestep. There's a large harp that's been broken and all the strings are gone and everything, but you had to sidestep by that. But you make it through. You can't really see what's going on, but you can hear Deacon Thomas still in pain. All right, Jerry, did you want to roll initiative to get in, or it's the end of the round? I didn't. Did you click your token? I didn't see it pop.
Yeah. Ones. Are you highlighting your character first? Yeah, it's not adding him to the roll.
All right.
It didn't add you again, though.
Yeah, I don't know what the deal is with that, but it's okay. Just remember, you go after Deacon Thomas, or you go after Sorja. You go last.
But nobody
right,
has
so-
a weird number 1.
Nope. Oh, they do, but they're not playing today. Go ahead, David, and I need to move. Stephanie is just in this tree line area here.
So another coordination roll.
Yes. No, I don't want to overstretch it. If Sorja, if you are disconnecting from this situation, then I don't want everyone to have to keep measuring and rolling. So.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So-
I'm trying to get to Stephanie. The only thing I can think of, maybe she can, if we can get her halfway straight, maybe she can talk to them. Otherwise, our only other choice is to destroy the house.
Well, given the distance here, I imagine since you're closer, but David's been at it, you would probably arrive near Stephanie roughly the same time. And this just is a matter of seconds, right? So You can go ahead and move yourselves over there. But the whole time you can hear Deacon Thomas struggling. You can go ahead and move up there, Dave. That's fine.
That was a 33 for the coordination check.
Yeah, you would have went. Yeah, you would have went. You would have not quite made it there, but you would have went there. But you can go ahead and move yourself there.
Yeah.
When you say there, do you mean up with
Yeah,
Dr.
up with
Newthsome?
Sorja and Stephanie.
Okay. By the way, that is double tens, which just so happens to be my WYRD number.
All right. Well, you give yourself a point of saturation.
It's
And-
not on the first roll.
Oh, it's not.
It's a 10 and a 7 and a 10 and a 6. It was just exploding.
Yeah.
No, that's two tens. That's
Or-
that's a
Oh, a
Uh,
10 and then a 10. Yeah, on the first two numbers. You're right.
exactly.
There you go. All right. We give yourself
Okay.
a point of saturation, and you have a temporary 1 to your WYRD score. So you have a 0, but you have a 1 right now, and that actually may help you here.
We're to the side of the map.
Sorry.
Oh, it's okay.
Yeah.
Oh, do I have the fog of war still up for you? I don't.
Nope,
No,
nope. I just
no.
have to. I didn't
Scroll.
realize you guys had come around the corner.
All right. All right. So, Jerry, where are you going to head on? You got your gun and all? Oh, Jerry, you made it in there.
I got my gun, and I also swiped a salt shaker from the kitchen, and I'm making my way to the house.
All right. You got salt from the boat?
Salt from the boat.
Sure. All right. Okay, let's go ahead and take care of these three over here first. You come together, David and Sorja. Stephanie is there. She's behind some trees. She's crouched over and she's crying. She doesn't even know that the two of you are there. She,
I reach out and grab her and just shake her. You need to straighten out. We need you.
All right. When you touch her, she lets out another scream. Ah! And then she turns and looks at you and sees you and David, and she jumps to like embrace both of you, like to, give the big hug, like, and pull you both in at the same time. She's not attacking you unless you consider that attack. So some people might. So
What in this house's or your family's past could be so evil that it's taken over the house? The house is attacking the deacon.
he's still screaming too.
Yeah.
There's nothing evil about this house. I don't know what you're talking about. David, can we go? Can we go?
Let's get you back to the boat.
Every time Thomas yells, it's like a little piece of her dies on the inside. She can't, that she feels the pain of guilt. You can tell.
Yeah.
And she says that I should have never brought him here. I should have never brought him here. He's dying.
They said they're going to keep him until we can get your sister here. They want both of you here for some reason. And the ghost said we, as in they're all one.
None of it makes sense. All right.
Do you know
Jerry.
the history of the island before you lived here?
I don't
Indians,
know. I
you
don't
know,
know that it had any kind of
pilgrims.
history that I'm aware of. We've never had to research it.
I pull the camera off, hoping Jerry's still on the boat, even though he's not. And I go, bring wire cutters. and put it back on and kind of.
Right as Jerry gets to the front door, the doors are shut.
Whoop,
Well, he saw
sorry.
the iPad. He saw them running before, her running before. So
Well, shit, the doors are shut again. Well, I already gave up my my machete, so Well, time for the hunting knife to kind of crack this bitch open.
All right. That's fine. Let's just make it a might check and you roll damage. So you're gonna do some damage to it, but just make a might check. Or
Yeah, 10.
all right. You wedge that knife in there. Boom! The whole time you can hear Deacon Thomas. I keep wanting to call him Vicar Thomas, I swear. You're scoring that thing, you're popping it. It's not going to take long. You will eventually break the door open. So just in under a minute, you can crack through the door and it pushes open and you can see into the foyer area. One thing that catches your eye specifically is because you actually, I think, sat on it. That sofa looks to be in better condition. It actually has all 4 legs. It's still dirty and nasty and ripped to hell and back, but it looks like someone has been working on it, fixing it.
It's almost good enough to take home now.
Just about. And when you go in, you don't see anything on the stairs, but you can see Thomas. Well, you would have to get a little further in. Once you get about there, you can see Deacon Thomas. He is totally wrapped up in old electrical wires and old insulation, and now pieces of splintered pieces of board and stuff, as if they were flexible and had a mind of their own, are digging into him.
Hold up,
And
Padre. I'm on my way.
There's blood everywhere. All right, the 3 of you are going to try to get Stephanie. The 2 of you are going to try to get Stephanie back to the boat, right?
yeah, trying to run as fast as we can.
All right. No need to roll.
Yeah.
You take off. All right. Jerry, there's the good father. You have a gun and a shaker of salt and a knife.
Well, I'm first going to try to use my knife to break away the boards and cut away some of the wires so I can get them free a little bit easier.
All right, yeah. You go in with the knife, you start ripping wiring and stuff loose. And you hear throughout the entire house, he's ours. Bring Alice.
He's at ours? Well, yeah, he's part of the church.
All right. Still gonna go at it?
Yep, still going at it.
All right, about this time, our crew outside is in the front of the house. You hear the house when it yells out, he's ours.
Sorja, why don't you take Dr. Newthsome back to the boat?
I still got shells. I'll go inside. I think Jerry went in.
I've got a machete. I'm good.
I got a gun.
Speaking of which, it's this machete.
It's a nice machete.
All right.
Stephanie
responds. Well, hang on one second. I got it.
Okay.
Stephanie responds because when the house yells, he's ours, she drops down to her knees and she screams, no, 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 David, My mother is in there. I heard her voice in that. It's not possible. She's dead.
Stephanie, Dr. Newthsome, get to the boat. You know where the boat is. Get to the boat. Sorge and I will go in and see what we can find. If we can find your mother, we'll bring her out. You head back to the boat.
All right. Sorja, sorry for that interruption. I had to get that
No,
out. What
no problem. That's I was going to tell her to get down there and wait for us. About the best we can do. We don't really want to call outside in. So,
all right. At this moment, Stephanie Newthsome she's lost in her head. She's lost in this situation, as
unable to do anything.
well, not necessarily. As they would say in Ghostbusters, Stephanie's going bye-bye, right? But you could attempt to make a manipulation roll, one or both of you, to try to convince her to snap out of it and get to the boat. It's just, it's going to take some talking to, because she's clearly.
I'll let David deal with her, and I'm going to head back inside.
Yeah, she's on break right now.
Yeah.
Sorry.
All right.
The number you have contacted is no longer in service.
David, did you want to make a manipulation roll? It'll be influence. I know you don't have manipulation.
Sure. I will give an influence a shot. 3.
All right. I don't think I can do it, David. I don't think I can do it.
I will scoop her up, throw her over my shoulder, and head back to the boat.
She does not resist. Back inside, we still got a little bit of wibbly wobbly time thing going on here.
Mm-hmm.
But back inside, Jerry is trying to cut Thomas away. Jerry, as you're cutting, Deacon Thomas's eyes lock onto yours, and his eyes are bloodshot. He's bleeding. His lips are discolored. His cheeks are red and discolored. His voice is harsh, and he says, "No, Jerry. No. Save yourself, Jerry. Tell Father Price what's happening here."
I'm half dead too, so you shut up now and let me save your ass.
All right, go ahead. Just coordination roll. All right. You make excellent headway. You managed to get the cords and stuff that are around his neck loose. Now the cords are still fighting. They're like a mind of their own. Like they're trying to still get this guy. You managed to get the majority of the stuff that was holding his torso, get him free. And when you do, like his lungs just suck in air as if he was underwater far, far too long and about to die. Like this is the best air he's ever had in his life. If he wasn't so scared, he might thank you. All right, but he thanks you with his eyes. Okay. Sorja, you're back up to the steps and going into the house.
I'll get my way inside.
All right.
This pastor needs to keep those bedroom eyes to himself.
I don't know if I should do that just yet. All right. Does anyone have 2s?
Nope.
All right. Sorja, when you walk past that piano, make a perception check. It should have been blind, but I'm going to let you do it. Oh. You see something underneath all this debris because as you pass by that destroyed piano, right, all this pile of debris and stuff, something stands out to you because there's a little bit of sunlight still out there coming in through the windows, and then it's a big fucking hole in the ceiling too, right in the roof. So, and it stands out to you most because it's got some blood on it. It is a clipboard, an old metal clipboard. You know, the kind there's like a metal box as well as a clipboard that they keep papers and stuff in.
Okay.
And the thing that really you can see, it says transoceanic on it, and it's written like big letters on the side of the clipboard. And the only reason why it stands out to you is because, you know, Stephanie has mentioned it several times. Transoceanic Survey Company.
Yeah, that's where my brain was going. I'll detour that way and look at it and see if there's anything with it, since it's got blood on it. I'm kind of like, yeah, well, we know where they are.
All right. You can hear Jerry and Deacon Thomas. It hurts. Yeah. It hurts. It's like, say it right. You don't see anything. That thing at the steps is gone, by the way. You don't see that.
Oh,
beautiful young lady with the dark eyes.
Ma'am.
I'm just going to keep it there in case we need it. I'm not keeping track right now, so you can be over there, whatever, you can help.
Yeah, I'll look at it. If I don't see anything besides just a little bit of blood on it, I'll set it back down and I'll run over there to them and try to help get him free.
Oh shit, you're back.
Yeah, I thought you were at the boat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right. You see, Jerry's got Thomas just about free. You could help.
Yeah, I'll give him a hand.
All right, you start ripping. He starts ripping. You're all ripping, but he's got a knife to rip too. Now, the door, that's a set of double doors that are behind y'all that go into the music room. They're not shut. You hear one creak, and it starts to move closer to you, Jerry. And you can hear the sound of wood crack and bend and snap. And one of the panels on the door has what looks to be a face on it.
Gut reaction, I'm gonna punch it.
All right. Sure, let's go. Go ahead.
What am I rolling for that one?
That's a coordination. Anytime you do something like that, would be hand-eye coordination or something. It's gonna be coordination. Not a problem. It looks like it's about to say something. And it feels like you've just punched the door.
Shut up, bitch!
That is ours.
Can we get out of here?
Tars?
Does anyone have 8s?
Nope.
All right. I had it written down on a sticky note, which y'all's word of it.
We got 3s for me, 10s for
Okay. Oh, here it is. I got
David, and whichever one Jerry has.
Boys.
4s.
And I don't know why Roll20 is not giving us the sounds.
Mm.
It's being aggravating. Probably needs an update.
Like everything else.
Mm-hmm.
Billy broke it.
All right. That face sort of freezes in the wood. It almost freaked you out. It should have freaked you out, but it didn't really get a chance to fully form, and you reacted with such grace and tact. All right. You do notice that the wires are putting up like less of a fight. It feels like they're getting weaker. So both of y'all make coordination check. You can add your no, just make your coordination check.
Oh, golly.
Damn, sorry. All right.
Tens.
It's official. Two Wolf has hacks. She's got some hacks over there.
Hey, David, another saturation point.
Well,
We
I
need,
think
we need a
on
new
this-
drinking game. Every time Two Wolf rolls over a 20, you drink.
Well, that's a question for you. If the double tens are not on the first roll of both dice, are they still doubles?
No, it would have to be doubles on the first two dice.
Okay.
Oh, okay. Darn.
So no more saturation. Thank you very much.
Right.
Got enough of that. Thank you.
Darn.
I don't know. Sorja must eat her spinach
Ugh. Fresh spinach.
with
not
one
canned.
great big yank. Sorja rips off enough of this debris to where Father Thomas can move a leg. And he's free. He's not walking. You'll have to help him.
Let's get out of here.
Let's go, Padre.
All right. The whole house starts to shake as you make your way towards the front room. You can hear voices coming from everywhere. It's not the same voice coming from over. Now it's like different people having a different conversation all around the house. Like, no, he's ours. No, bring him back. No, Alice. Where is Alice? The glass is cracking.
Well, I do think we sure as hell pissed it off this time.
Yeah.
All right, so back at the boat, as they're running back at the boat,
How's the napalm idea sound?
you would have had plenty of time to get back to the boat with Stephanie.
Excellent. Excellent. I'll get her back to the boat. I'll find Jerry's med kit and find the jar of magic fix it up juice and pour a good stiff one for or just hand the bottle over to Dr. Newthsome. Say, here, take a good slug of this. It'll help.
All right. She doesn't argue. I'm debating. I'm gonna hit that in just a minute. Not right now. All right.
Does she do the funky dance?
Oh yeah, she went did a double backflip, chug a lug, chug a lug. Or maybe she went hidey ho. All right. Another copyright hit against us, probably. Sorry. All right, you get into the living room area. Chords from the piano, the piano wire, are popping up.
Do we have to go that way? I'm looking at the shortest distance out of the house.
Oh, you can move. You can go any way you want.
I gotta point at him, and go, bend this way. Let's go that way through
You
the
can go
music
back
room.
through the music room if you want. Okay.
I'm sure something will attack us from in there too, but hey.
Not really, but let's see. You get about right there. All of you, even on the boat, you can hear this explosion. Like, the island rocks.
I didn't have chili, just so y'all know. That was not me.
And you can hear.
Oh, shit.
As the last little bit of sun goes down,
Let's go.
you start to running.
I look at the deacon and go, you will want to run as fast as you can. You do not want to play with these puppies.
All right, David, you were saying something?
Yeah, when I hear that, I get the engine get the engines fired up. untie the lines from the dock and just hold the boat with the engines next to the dock, just in case we have to make a quick exit.
Okay, yeah, y'all actually have the motorboat from the university.
Yeah.
Yeah.
With the
All right.
sailboat connected to it, I think.
I think y'all left the sailboat out there.
Yeah.
Oh,
So remember, she called in its location to the.
Mhm.
All right.
They finished shedding.
Little pieces of earth start to fall as if they were from that explosion. You hear a second, but it's much scarier than the sound that I make. So
Yeah.
it's
Let's go.
it's hella scary, like like a pissed off dog.
Not to sound cliche, but run, bitch, run.
Uh-huh.
All right. It is difficult to run while you're holding Father Vicadika Thomas.
Yeah. Father Victor Deacon Thomas, huh?
Yep. You get through the trail and you can see where it opens up. And you can see the boat is ready. You can see the dock. And I'm on the wrong damn thing here.
Uh-oh.
You're no longer on this map, but I'm just throwing it out there so I can do the initiative.
Yeah, because the other map's not big enough. It pop up in front of us or behind us?
It's going to be behind you. Why is it not? Why is it not doing it? I think I'm getting glitchy over here. All right, everybody's in there. From behind you, you're actually in front of the house. You're just outside of that trail. And you can hear the trees and stuff bend and break from behind you as you can see this huge dog. You've seen it before, but it is definitely time for a reality check now. Oh, no. Poor Father Deacon Thomas.
Well,
Yes, y'all don't want any of this. So it's time to haul ass. So y'all start running. Deacon Thomas, he's holding you back. Are you going to let him go?
just grab him and we're going to keep trying to run.
All right. He stops moving. Like he's rigid. He's just like, I'm looking at that dog's face.
Since I'm freaking out, I turn around and point the gun at him and say, get a move on it.
Oh, you're pulling the gun on the Father Deacon Promise Thomas?
Yeah.
He doesn't care.
Me being scared, hopefully it scares him more than the dog.
I'm going to slap him.
All right. That's right. Father Deacon Pizza fucking freaking Thomas.
Get your ass moving.
You have to drag him. He is not cooperating. He's not fighting against you. It's just he's locked in just sheer terror.
Fine, I'll drag his happy ass.
Go. I'm gonna take a shot. Unless we're still trying to run in fear.
No, yes, you're still trying to get out.
Okay.
you're facing the opposite direction, so you can't see, but you can see what looks like fire, like flickering off of the trees and stuff in front of you, like something behind you is on fire. Am I explaining that correct?
Mhm.
To you? It's like, what if somebody lit a fire behind you and you're running from it, right? You can see
Right.
that light and stuff flickering the different fire colors behind you. David, from the boat, it looks like there's a fire. You can see them coming.
This would make a great shot. I'm going to light up the every light that I can on the boat. Seeing that there's a fire erupting behind them, I'm pretty sure they don't need any more encouragement for me to move any faster. I'm going to hope that, one of the lights perhaps catches something of interest. But right now, I just want to try to make this as bright an area as I possibly can, and give my compatriots the best chance they got to make it back to the boat.
All right, so you light the place up.
All of our lights we set up.
There's a lot of lights too.
Indeed.
You can see which way to go very well.
All righty.
Now I just need to drag his happy freaking pompous pastor down to the dock.
Georgia, it really feels like this might be the end, Georgia. It might be the end. And Deacon Thomas is like a very heavy pork chop tied around your neck right now. Will you still hold on to this very heavy pork chop, or will you let go?
Yeah, I'll hold on.
All right.
I don't want to leave anybody behind if I don't have to. Being recklessly impulsive, it's like I've got to get him back.
All right. You can hear, Jerry, you hear it as well. You're all facing the opposite direction because you're still under this fear effect of get out, right? You can hear this thing's pause. It is huge. It is heavy. You can feel heat. And then something jerks you back as Deacon Thomas, you're now in a tug of war with Agamemnon and Deacon Thomas.
Oh, hell no.
Like, it's got Deacon Thomas by the leg. And it's like,
Let him go.
Deacon Thomas is just like tears and stuff are coming out of his eyes and stuff, but he's not vocally responding or anything. He's just looking down in just terror as this dog with a head this big is like about to shake him like a rotten, like a knotted up sock.
He's now Deacon Milkbone.
That is now Deacon Milkbone.
Yeah, you could hear his pants tearing and everything. Oh, it's Deacon Thomas's turn. Unfortunately, he can't do anything.
I wonder why.
All right, you'll be able to do after this round. Jerry, will you let go of the Tom? Will you let go of Thomas?
Nope, I got a death grip going on.
All right. But you know that you would be able to run faster.
Death grip.
David, in this light, you can clearly see. You can, especially the mass behind them. One of those dogs is got Thomas's leg. They're still holding on to him, and they're trying to like pull him away.
How many dogs do I see?
One.
Just one dog.
Yep.
What's the state of Dr. Newthsome? What condition is she in?
She's just still.
She's still out of it.
Yeah, she's crying. She probably has no more tears left, and she's just
Okay.
And about 2 sheets to wind after Grandpa's special juice.
Indeed. What I'll do is I'll take one of the lines from the back of the boat, throw a quick half hitch over one of the cleats on the dock, and then head out to try to help with the extrication of Father Vicar Deacon Thomas.
all right. Bravely, you jump out onto the deck. Kathunk. You take some even more brave, determined footsteps. You get closer, you can see absolute terror and fear in the eyes of your companions who themselves selflessly and bravely are still holding on to the pork chop.
Or just doing dumb.
The huge dog behind them. You can see him. It is a terrible sight. Exaggerated musculature, just as if a Rottweiler had took gamma ray bath and hulked out right without turning green. Just and it appears to be smoking and parts of it on fire. You have, now that you can see it clearly, you have to make your reality check now.
And my reality check is
Whatever.
22.
You don't give a shit. This
He's already been attacked by it once.
This might as well be like a 20-year-old Chihuahua, like hanging on to,
Hey, them little dogs can be pretty damn mean.
Yeah, but okay.
Been there, done that. Bought the t-shirt.
All right. I will give you enough time to do something if you want. I don't know if you could think of something you could do at this time, but I'm just going to keep heading that way.
Still keep heading that way. Trying to get to Jerry and Sorja and Father Vicar Deacon Thomas.
See, I can remember that. Father Vicar Deacon Thomas. I will never forget that, but I'll never remember to call him Deacon Thomas. It may be a non-issue from this point forward.
Well, maybe just for a few more minutes.
Sorja, you can make a willpower action check to see if you can come to your senses.
Okay.
Everybody take a drink.
Hey, I failed it the first time at least.
All right, so
I get
All
an
right.
action?
yes, you shake away this fear.
I let go.
And now you come to your full senses. You were holding on to this guy that is, his leg is being ripped off by this monster dog.
Mhm. I spin around with the shotgun, point it kind of high, and take a shot at the dog's head.
All right.
Is this the full head or half head dog?
No, this dog is complete. But I do want to describe it a little better to you now that you see it. It, like I said, it's just massive, hulked out Rottweiler. Parts of it are smoking, and there's patches of flame coming off some of it, and you can see straight into its face. Its eye sockets are completely empty. They're empty and moist.
The last thing I remember, we were able to hurt the other one, so the one we saw before. So
All right, so you can take a shot.
Okay. What do I do for?
That's gonna be coordination. Anytime it's a
I did.
coordination thing. Oh, you did?
Yeah, an 11.
All right. If you were trained, I just want to explain this. If you were trained in the shotgun, you would have hit. You just need an 11, right? If you were trained. Since you're not trained, you would have missed. However, you're close. You're in short range. So you do hit, but it's not enough. I feel like I don't take enough time to explain to you guys
Okay.
how
Yeah.
this is working.
No,
So
yeah, I figured I if I actually hit it and do major damage, I'm doing something surprising happened.
Yes. So 2d12s for damage. All right. Boom. Jerry, this shot goes off just right next to you. David, you can see the muzzle flash. Now, if you would have missed, it would have been bad because you would have hit Father
Gary
Deacon.
or Father Deacon.
Deacon, I can't pronounce it.
Yeah.
now. You would have hit that dude. All right.
Okay.
But you do hit it.
Does it loosen its grip?
No. However, it does jerk back from the shot. Your shot does open up the skin on its head. Fragments of skull. You can see wet brain underneath. This black viscous liquid is like draining out from the wounds, coming out of the nose, and you can see sparks under the skin. We're like almost like someone trying to light a cigarette lighter or something. It's like, doesn't make that sound, but it's like.
Okay. I shorted its brain.
Not like it had much of one, anyways. It's just a damn dog.
No, I don't want to imply that it's electronic.
No.
So don't get me wrong on that. All right, I'm gonna make sure.
No,
my
that's why I said I
explanation
shorted
is
it.
clear.
I shorted it its brain. You know, like how the brain does
Oh, I
all the
understand, but-
electrical stuff. in it
I understand, but
naturally.
I can see how my explanation might make it sound like it's wire sharding out or something.
No.
but it's
I took it as like neurons are bouncing around and messing up because I did brain damage.
well, it's more like it's catching on fire.
It was the only thing that Sorja could connect back to her
Yeah, yeah.
reality.
Yeah.
All right. You can hear this sound. If you've ever heard someone preparing chicken, raw chicken, and they go to pop the leg out of the joint, that wet. You hear that sound coming from somewhere inside Father Deacon Robert Thomas's. His first name is Robert, by the way. Hip.
That's
You
gonna
hear
hurt.
Now you hear the clothes rip more. And the dog is making sounds this whole time. It's like. And look, it's Deacon Thomas's turn, and Deacon Thomas will make his willpower check to see if he comes out. Hopefully, he fails it so he doesn't get to
Feel the
realize
pain.
what's happening to him. He is emotionless. He's just like that. Jerry, you can make a willpower check to get out of this now. I think you did it. I can't see, but yes,
17.
you come to your senses. Georgia is shot off a blast from the shotgun. David is in front of y'all, rushing towards you. You can hear the wet sounds of fleshy membrane and bones snapping and cracking with the sound of clothes ripping. And you see this dog just like I described earlier, except its head is open and flames and stuff are starting to form around the injury. The
Well,
black liquid is smoking.
Since we're trying to get the deacon out of here, I might as well try to pop him free of the dog's mouth. So I'm going to take my knife and just try to jab it into his jaws, like right back in here, to see if it'll just like dislocate the jaw or cut the tendon so it just.
All right. Go ahead. It's coordination. Unless you are trained with knife as a weapon.
Yes, sir, I am.
Okay, well then you can use your weapon. It's still coordination, but you're going to be using your weapon skill to add to it.
You know, I'm even going to use one of them points.
Favorite
points.
+2. All right, good deal. You sink that in there, you find jugular, you find vertebra, you find all the right muscles, and you get to roll your damage now. And that is a 2nd degree critical, so roll 3d4 and add your might score to it.
There's a 3d4, so 13 total.
Awesome. Now roll a d10 real fast. Three. Okay. You hear it, man. You hear that knife scraping against bone and everything. Some of that black liquid gets on your hand and it feels far, far warmer than what blood should feel. It almost burns. You hit it in such a way that you snap the tendons and stuff around the jaw, and it unleashes from Father Thomas's leg, and its jaw is just like hanging there with this black blood, and you can see tendon and stuff just hanging out, and it's smoldering as it drips onto the ground, and it with its jaw unhinged and hanging slightly.
Now we better get the hell out of here.
David, you witnessed all this, but you know what? This thing didn't scare you.
Not at all. Not at all. Am I within range to provide assistance?
Yeah. You're here on this round. You run straight up to it.
Okay. So I'm going to take one of those power heads, the anti-shark 12 gauge cartridge things, and attempt to hit the dog in the knee area of the front leg. So,
okay.
I'm shooting for the front leg, somewhere there with this shotgun blast from the power head.
You want to go for more of the honking shoulder, more.
All right,
bigger target.
Just coordination.
Just coordination. All right. I'm going to use a favor point on that as well.
All right.
12 plus 2, 14.
That'll hit. All right, you dig this thing into him, and it does electric charge. Is that if I understand what it is?
No, it's a shotgun shell, so it actually fires a shotgun projectile.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, let's say that is we'll call that probably like a light shotgun. So 2d10. No, we'll give it. Let's keep it 2d10. We'll call it a medium shotgun. Keep 2d10.
Okay. An 11.
All right, you open it up. This black liquid shoots back on you. All of you actually splattered with this stuff. The flesh peels back from the blow. Meat and shit fly off from around the kneecap area. Bone flies out. It buckles underneath the weight of that one leg. So now it's like this, and it's got a jaw swinging, meat and stuff hanging out. Sorja,
Can I reload and fire in the same round, or is it 2 different rounds?
you had the double barrel, right?
Yeah,
No, it's going to take you a
round.
fire choose
Okay.
It's going to take you at least a round to reload the double barrel.
Okay. I'm gonna look at David and go, get the deacon out of here. And as I'm pulling the empties out and loading 2 new ones.
All right. I hate to stop in the middle, but someone messaged me earlier about a break. You want to take the break now?
Yeah, we're at the 1.5 hour mark.
Okay. Just remember when we come back, it's your turn.
Yep.
Everybody go refill your drinks, go get some snackies, and we'll be right back.
And we're back. And when we left off, Sorja was loading the shotgun. Was Sorja going to run and load the shotgun, or stand Sorja's ground and load the shotgun?
I'll stand my ground if the dog's not advancing.
Dog is not advancing, but is a threat. Other words, you're still in bite range of it.
I'll
Not
take
much
a,
you can do now, though.
Yeah.
yeah. I'll still take a step or two backwards as I'm loading.
That's fine.
You know what I'm saying? Just to get out of direct range, but where I'm not far enough away to where I can't do something next time.
All right. And it is Agamemnon's turn. Agamemnon advances forward back onto Father Thomas and is trying to get a bite, but its impaired jaw is not allowing it to do so. And you can hear snorts and stuff coming from the dog. And it almost feels like it sounds like the dog is getting angry. Not that it wasn't angry before. It's like it's very upset. Now, I know I'm probably giving you an impression that the damage and stuff that you've done so far is not having an effect, but it is having an effect. You can see what's happening, right? And the dog is when it is injured, it does make whimpering sounds and stuff. It's just that it's a really monstrous dog, and even its whimpering sounds are very you know what I'm saying? That word that is eluding me right now.
Use up the points.
Intimidating. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And it starts to smoke more. You can see smoke is coming out of under its fur and stuff, and the parts that were small flames are starting to flicker and grow.
Might work to our advantage.
Poor Deacon Thomas. He's just no longer there. Like his eyes are open and he's got that panicked, hyperventilating breathing going on. But Jerry,
it's understandable. When was the last time he was swallowed by a house?
Exactly.
Well,
Jerry,
I'm going to try to get the deacon out of here. I'm going to use my might and just drag his happy ass away.
all right. So Agamemnon doesn't actually have a bite on him, so you just pick him up and start dragging him away. As you bend down, though, you can feel the heat. Heat is radiating off of Agamemnon, like it's getting hot.
He dragging the dog away or the deacon away?
The deacon.
The deacon.
Okay. I thought he was trying to drag the dog for a second.
Want me to roll a mic check or?
No, there's no resistance. Like I said, it's no biting, but I just need to keep track of the distance in my mind in case it comes to it.
Sergeant Dave, I still suggest we get the hell out of here.
I gotta shoot him again. That was fun.
All right, it's David's turn.
I'm going to squeeze in between Jerry and Deacon Vicar Father Thomas and try to help both of them as back to the boat as quickly as possible. I'm going to provide assistance for both of these two because by now Jerry is probably leaking through his bandages a little bit and needs a little bit of help. At least that's what I perceive is going on. Whether he needs help or not, I don't know. I'm going to offer it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Adrenaline does funny things to a man when he's hurt and scared for his fucking life.
All right. So I'm understanding is you're positioning yourself. Give me an idea again of how you're positioning yourself.
So I've got one arm around Jerry and one arm around Father Vicar Deacon Thomas.
Yes.
And I'm you know, lifting them up, assisting them as much as I can, not necessarily picking them up, but,
I
you know,
got
providing as much assistance as I can as we try to move as quickly as we can back to the boat.
Human crutch.
Exactly.
All right. Well, Deacon Thomas, now that he's no longer an issue, almost I can say his name with no problem, but it's completely dead weight. He's not assisting you, or nor is he fighting you. He's like a sack of potatoes.
All right. Well, that's, you know, if it comes to it, I'll throw him over my shoulder. If I can motivate him with just underneath an arm, I'll do that.
Yeah. I mean, you've got it. It's just it is slowing your progress. So you're not moving. You're moving about half of what you would normally be moving. Sorja.
I'm going to take the loaded shotgun, step up to the dog, and stick the barrel in his mouth and pull both triggers.
All right, both barrels.
And try to see. I knew it gave me a good kick last time. I'm going to try to like lean into it and support myself a little bit.
All right.
Good kick. I'm surprised you didn't go flying.
And I'll use one of my favorite points.
That's fine. Keep
With
track of
the-
those guys.
Yep.
If you use them, please keep track of them because they could disrupt the game if they're not.
All right.
It's not a resource that's managed.
All right.
All right.
So coordination.
Yep.
7.
Unfortunately, that won't do it. So
We
you
went out
step
the
in.
whole side, which was missing already.
You step in with the gun and you go to squeeze the triggers, but its head moves slightly out of the way before you squeeze the trigger, and boom, both barrels go off. It would have been devastating had you hit, but you didn't hit. So I mean, you shot the shit out of the ground. That ground's not gonna fuck with anybody anymore. All right.
But I am right at the dog's mouth.
All right. Agamemnon stops and starts howling into the air. And you can see fire flickering up out of his throat as he's howling. Whew, that Thomas, he's gonna need some professional help when this is over. Jerry, so this thing is stopped and it started howling into the air, into the sky, and flames are flickering out of its throat and into the sky. Sure. All right, you hit the hound, and the salt shaker just falls off onto the ground. Like, the ground is taking a punishment. Let me tell you. Two barrels and now salt. Oh man, that ground.
Can't hear Jerry.
Oh, sorry.
Wait, I can hear you.
No,
Oh.
the stream can't hear him.
Oh.
Not my fault.
Okay.
So in
He
case you
threw the
missed it,
salt.
yes, Jerry slung a shaker of salt.
And I promptly assaulted the ground.
Yes. All right, but you're still progressing towards the boat, right?
Yeah, it's still moving backwards, just trying to cover Soldier now instead of dragging the deacon.
All right, you can see the deck of the pier. It's just within seconds of you.
I'm going to do everything that I can to move as quickly as I can with Father Vicar Deacon Thomas to get him on board. And yeah, that's my plan. That's my objective is get him on board.
All right. Sorja, will you reload or head back towards the
Yep.
boat?
As I'm reloading, I'm going to step back. And since I see Jerry there, I'll tell him, get to the boat, prepared to blow.
Prepare to do blow?
To blow the dock.
Sorry, my ears are ringing a little bit from that 12 gauge that you shot next to my head.
I don't shoot normally. I was trying to keep it short since these are supposed to be short and sweet little conversations.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what we got the maturity rating set on for this stream, but
I don't know. But that's it. You just reload the shotgun. Okay. Agamemnon continues to roar into the air. Now it's almost like a jet of fire is just shooting up from his face. Where the wound was on the neck and the jaw, it just starts to like fire just blows out of it. Like there's a bonfire going on the inside of this animal.
okay.
Let's see if this works. All right.
Yeah.
You can hear something large coming through the path. And you can see the tree, especially Swords. You can see the path that leads to the house. You can see the tops of the smaller trees are like bending and swaying and shaking, and you can hear large, heavy growling coming out. Whoa.
Here comes the other one.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Dice exploding right off the desktop.
Jerry, there's a lot of blood, a large amount of blood that is just coming out of Deacon Thomas's leg. Your skill as first responder, you can tell Deacon Thomas has been bleeding out for a couple seconds now. But you're gonna head on to the boat, right? Or did you didn't?
No, Dave took the Deacon to the
Dave
boat.
took. Okay, I'm sorry. Then, David, there's a large amount of blood. All right, well, it's your turn, Jerry.
I'm going to take a shot at this hound that's currently spitting fire in the air. Since I got my 30-06 just slung across my back, and can just quickly whip it around and pop.
All right, give her a shot.
Roll 20. Hello.
Oh, there you go. All right, that'll hit. 2D 30-6, but do you consider that?
It's a high
medium
velocity
or
rifle.
Heavy?
It'll be heavy.
Yeah.
So 2D12?
2D12, yes.
Ouch.
Woohoo!
23.
23 of a possible 24.
I told you I'm a good shot with this thing.
All right. Just, I don't know how I can describe it any more than what's been done to it. All right. Your shot lands, goes into its right eye. Just much like before in the dock last time. Half the head just, but when it does, it's like someone set off a bomb. Fire and everything just goes. So there's flaming bits of brain and skull and fur and flames just roaring out. It is very hot. It's so intense now. It's like standing next to a bonfire. And it smells like a dog is burning.
Almost smells like a Sunday barbecue at home.
Yes, and it starts to behave much like it did on the dock, where it's shaking itself, shaking its head like this, and it's stumbling around, but one of its legs is jacked. It's pretty much deja vu from the pier.
I'm gonna keep moving back to get away from this thing.
All right, now I need to reset the turn order.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. David, you're on the deck. You've got Deacon Thomas. His breathing has become extremely shallow.
I am going to do whatever I can. I'm going to grab Jerry's med kit and do whatever I can to apply pressure to wherever it's leaking the most.
All right. It will take you, you're going to have to, where it's coming from. It's coming from his leg, or pelvis area, hip. So you'll have to actually remove clothes and stuff like that, but it's bleeding heavily.
I'll use the machete to just start cutting stuff away.
All right. Sorja, what would you like to do? You want to reload or head
I
for the boat?
reloaded the last round, didn't I?
Did
Or
you?
Yeah.
Okay.
I thought you shot last round. You shot and then they threw the shaker and
Hit the
salt,
dirt.
right?
Oh, okay. Yeah, and then he threw the Saker salt. The next round, I reloaded and he shot the 30-06.
That's right.
Okay, go ahead.
So I got my two rounds ready.
All right.
One more try with the barrels at it, and then it'll be time to get out of here.
All right, and it's getting difficult to stand close to it as this heat is getting really intense.
You want separate rolls for the barrels or one
No,
roll?
that's fine.
Okay. 12.
All right, that'll hit. All right, so it's two damage. It's going to be 2d12 for each barrel.
2d12 or 2d10?
It was 10 for David's thing. So it's
okay.
12 for yours. Because I'm still not fully understanding exactly the contraption he's using. I think I've seen it on Shark Week or something. It's like a thing you hit. Okay. All right, so it's down rubbing half its face into the sand and stumbling around, and your shot lands somewhere up around its haunches as it's bent over. Not a haunch, that bump in the top of the head there.
That's his spine.
Yeah, that spine area. And it's getting hard to see exactly what kind of effect you're having because the shot hits, but then there's just an explosion of flame. And the dog is completely on fire. It is like the fire doesn't appear to be hurting it at all.
Mm-hmm. and I start moving backwards and turning after I shoot.
All right.
I'm like, okay, I think we did enough so far. We got to get off this island type mode.
All right. It takes a jump. Who wants odd and who wants even?
Odd.
Yeah, I'm
All
guessing
right.
I'm even.
Okay. Sorja.
He still attacks me after I shot him.
It's lunging towards you. You can feel the heat, and you take 2 points of physical trauma from the fire, just from how close it got to you. It doesn't bite you.
Okay.
I mean, just imagine it. It's dark outside, and there is a huge dog that is completely on fire. It doesn't seem to understand that the jaw needs to be hinged on both sides, right? It's
or all the
coming at
parts
you.
of its head there.
Yeah, but right now, the biggest problem is the fire.
All right. Time to get out of this barbecue.
Oh my God. David. You're starting to tear away at Deacon's Deacon. His name is now Deacon at Thomas's pants. And you see a little spark light up in his eye as he comes to his senses, and now he can feel everything. A terrible blood-curdling scream comes out, causing Stephanie to do the same. But he ends up just passing out from the pain.
Probably for the best.
Shit.
Let's just hope we ain't dead.
All right. Hannibal explodes out of the path. Leaves and bits of branches and stuff were behind him. It flies out and hits the ground about 20 feet behind Agamemnon. And Hannibal is fresh. And you can see into his vacant sockets little pinpoints of light. Just little pinpoints of red flickering light. Jerry. We need some like fighting, like dog fighting music here. Nothing is playing. Go ahead.
At this time, since I'm pretty close to the dock, I'm just gonna keep moving backwards, and I'm gonna take a shot at Agamemnon. The new dog.
That's Hannibal. Hannibal's the new one. Agamemnon's the fire one. You can just say fire, no fire.
No fire.
All right, no fire. Go ahead. Pow! That's a hit. So 2d12. Oh yeah, okay.
Yep. I wrote it down.
All right, it goes blam right into its sternum. And the whole fire comes out of it. Almost like someone lit a torch.
Well, it looks like we're gonna have 2 hot dogs here in a second. Anybody bring some buns?
All right, David, on this round, you can clearly see Thomas's injury. You can see blood just freely pouring out. His flesh is torn. You can see exposed muscle underneath. You can see the ball of his femur where it would go into the joint there. It's not good. I worked at a hospital before. I've seen stuff like this. Anyway, let's not go down that path. All right, it's nasty. You don't actually have the first aid skill though, do you?
No, I don't.
All right, but you could still roll.
And that roll would be, is there a first aid
This is going to be comprehension.
comprehension? All right. Scroll back up to comprehension. $12.
All right, you're doing your best to try to, like, you're pulling these galls and stuff out and stuff. So you're doing your best. You're to try to stop the blood. Stephanie is crying the whole time. Deacon Thomas, is he dead? Is he dead, David? Is he dead?
He's not dead yet.
I'm a marine biologist, damn it, not a doctor.
He's not dead yet. If you don't help, he might not make it.
Sorja.
I'm going to take off for the boat.
All right, you don't have any problems because you're not carrying anyone.
Nope. I'll
On the
take
next
off.
on the next round, you will be on the boat.
I was gonna say, I'll do the coordination thing if you want me to get there as quickly as possible.
Oh, if you want to, go ahead. I was just there to remind of it, but if you roll really well, I'll give it to you.
And I trip and fall.
Yes, you do. You trip and fall, and that's actually. I'll let you roll a d10 to see how bad this is.
A 9.
Mm-hmm. I'll roll it on here so you can see. Holy crap. That hurts.
11 points of damage.
Yes. So what happened was you turn to do this. You turn wrong and you end up twisting and popping your leg out of socket. You fall down onto the ground.
Jerry!
And you have a 2nd-degree bleeding. You've torn something inside. Something came loose. Some bone snapped, punctured something that should not have been punctured. Agamemnon loves this idea. No one has 2s, right?
No.
But Agamemnon can't seem to get coordinated enough. Maybe, some fire, missing part of the leg, head, all that. Does approach towards you. That was pretty nasty.
The time for the dice not to like me.
Yeah, that's actually pretty nasty. So it had to be an injury that was pretty bad, like twisting the wrong way and something snapping and cutting into an artery or something.
Blew my knee out or something.
Yeah,
Yep,
bad.
Knee.
All right. Hannibal lunges towards Jerry. As his mouth opens, you can see these teeth. And now you get an idea of what bit Glenn. There's like multiple rows of teeth, even more rows than a shark would have. All of them, they just don't make any sense. Some of them are poking out this way, some are poking this way. They're like needles. There's large needles. Okay, Hannibal is going to bite you. You can defend. If you're going to get hit, there is a chance that you can defend. So remember that, everyone. You can do this once per round.
What do I need to do to defend?
It's going to be coordination unless you have fighting. You can also use athletics. I think we decided that in the past you can use athletics. Now, their success score is going to be what Hannibal rolled to attack you. So you need to meet or exceed what Hannibal rolled to attack you. Now, if you make a critical on defending, you get a counterattack, which is one free attack.
Well, I have our athletics, so might as well use that.
All right.
And I'll use a favor point.
Okay.
Best at odds for survival. 17.
What's your favor?
I added it in there.
Oh, okay.
You made it exactly. It was a 17. I really thought we was finally going to get one of you guys. Damn it. All right.
No, we injure ourselves. The DM doesn't need to.
True.
No. Now, if Hannibal was on fire, you would take some fire damage, but he's not totally engulfed in fire right now. Jerry, it's your turn. You narrowly escaped the jaws of this thing. It's in your face.
I'm bolting for Soldier to get her out of there.
All right. You can make the Sorja, no problem. David, nice. One on fire and one not on fire. I'm assuming Sorja is vocalizing this pain that she is in.
Yeah, she's screaming and everything else. Get to the boat.
Oh, we got to hydrate. Curse you, Diamond.
And a stretch.
Yep.
All right.
How far from the boat is Sorja?
She is, I'm gonna call it 30 feet right now.
Okay, so too far for me to get to comfortably in a turn and be able to do something like a sister. So
Yes.
I'm going to turn my attention since have I finished applying what aid I can to
Yes, you've done
Father
all.
Vicar Deacon Thomas?
You've done all that you feel like you can do.
Okay.
He is still bleeding, but you've packed gauze in there and everything.
Yeah,
else.
I've done what I've seen them do on TV.
Yeah.
So I'm going to prep the boat for departure. Untie it that with the one line that I had tied off in the back. Get to the helm. Hold station with the engines at a high idle, ready to peel out the second Jerry and Sorja get back to the boat.
Yeah, you're just ready to jet.
Just ready to jet because I remember that the dogs could not come off the dock last time, and if we can get enough distance there, we can sit there and finish them off at our leisure. That's what I'm thinking.
All right, Sorja, your leg is pretty much trash. You don't know what you did to it, but something snapped, something pulled when you turned wrong, and then you fell straight onto the kneecap, onto like some large stone or something. It's extraordinarily painful.
I'm just yelling and screaming and trying to help Jerry as much as I can so we can get back to the boat as quickly as possible so we can blow the dock.
Yep, Jerry's with you.
Yep.
Jeez. I'm going to start rolling the digital dice for these bad guys. Let me open up their character sheets. I'm going to do that. Y'all are getting too damn lucky. I'm killing somebody before it's over with. Even if it's an NPC, somebody's dying tonight. All right.
Well, Deacon's pretty close.
Yeah.
Jonathan Deacon Thomas, I think somebody called him. from Home Improvements, I think it was.
Oh,
One-
Jonathan
one of the
Taylor
bo-
Thomas. Yeah.
Yeah. One of the boys' real names.
Yeah. Jonathan Taylor Thomas.
Well, we changed it to Deacon Thomas.
Yeah. It's Deacon Thomas.
Father Vicar Deacon Jonathan
Robert.
Thomas. Robert Thomas.
Yep.
All right. Hannibal ain't having none of that. You hear that little dog barking in the background? That's him. Oh no, Jerry. This is not a new round, Jerry.
They both went after him. Damn.
Yeah.
I'm the one bleeding.
Oh,
Yeah,
I'm bleeding
neither.
too. Remember?
Oh,
Shotgun
yeah.
to the chest.
Jesus.
Mm.
I'm sorry. Roll a 10. Roll a D10 for me, Jerry. Roll your fate. Shit, what'd you get on here? That thing's closed. 7? 9. I will roll this so you can see it. Oh, God. All right. Hannibal sinks his teeth into your arm, the arm that you're not using to help. What would you say that's your left or what is Jerry's dominant hand?
Right.
All right. He sinks his teeth into your left arm. You can hear it. And as he rips back, you can hear the flesh. You can hear the muscle. You can hear the bone. You can hear the clothing of your jacket. He just pulls your arm out at the shoulder. And let's see, you had 12 before, all right?
No, I had 14 before. I'm up to 35. I'm in the black.
Yes.
Red going to black, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, 45, I think. We're looking at all right.
21 plus 14.
You
35.
lose.
Yeah.
You lose. No, you don't actually lose consciousness unless you go into the black. But there probably should be a roll if you take that much damage.
I am in the black.
Yeah.
33 to 44 is black for me.
Okay. Yeah. Then you lose consciousness. Everyone else, Hannibal has just ripped Jerry's left arm out of the socket and is like shaking it like it's got a bad cat with a kitten.
Was your gun over that shoulder by any chance?
No.
It's the other arm. Darn.
Blacks out and falls to the ground. Blood is going. Oh, Jerry, it's your turn. Sorry.
Perfect.
Jerry falls to the ground. That's what happens. David, you see this. Stephanie saw this. Stephanie just comes unglued. Jerry!
I finish it. Every baby. Sorry. It's an old song.
You're just gonna keep the boat ready, right?
Jerry just went down hard.
Down hard bad.
And where is Sorja? Paint me a picture of the scene that is facing David right now.
All right. Jerry was carrying Sorja, like helping Sorja. All right, so probably about, I would say they moved a couple of feet, so probably about just 20 something feet away from you, from the edge of the boat. The two dogs are there. Agamemnon is on fire, and the boat is the deck is burning a little underneath its footsteps. Hannibal has Jerry's arm and is shaking it
has a new
Jerry-
chew toy.
Jerry is just unconscious. He's bleeding out.
How far away is Sorja with Jerry? About you
Yes.
said 20,
yeah,
20
yeah,
feet away.
Yeah, just a little over 20 feet away.
So, just for the audience at home, we have rigged the deck of this dock to blow to kingdom come.
Yes, you have.
I mean, this thing is going to go up in an epic fireball. I have it at my disposal all kinds of things to be able to do. The catch here is the control for detonating the bomb is the tablet which Jerry has.
And my phone.
So right now, I'm looking at a situation which we could end if Jerry was on the boat.
I never
No.
said that I took the
The
tablet.
tablet
with
was
me.
on the boat.
The tablet's still on the boat.
Oh, I thought you had it and was watching. I guess true.
Yeah.
Unless you would have taken it with you when you ran to the house.
No.
All right.
It was just my rifle and the salt.
Well, that takes some of the fun out of it.
And luckily, Sorja has a backup program on her phone.
So I guess what David would do is, realizing this, he would look for the tablet and see if he can see locate the tablet quickly. If he can, he'll try to grab the tablet and
I imagine the tablet was set down by where his
Yeah,
first
it is.
aid stuff was. So
first aid stuff
probably-
was, so I probably would have seen it at that point.
Yeah, so you know where it's at. You just have to go back to get it because, like, right now you're at the helm.
Yeah. So I guess mechanically, this is where we start getting into that fuzzy area. Because what I'd love to be able to do is go after, grab the tablet, and then make a mad dash out to grab a tablet, another one of those power heads, which is basically a shotgun shell inside a waterproof container that when you punch it, the shell fires off against whatever it hits.
Okay.
So, and that is mounted on a 6 foot long fiberglass pole.
Gotcha.
So I'm going to grab one of these power heads if I can, along with one of these tablets, along with the tablet, and make it as far onto the dock to help Sorja. Well, let's see. How far did Jerry and Sorja? How far did they make it on the dock? In other words, how far can I estimate Sorja could make it in her
They're
current condition?
just over 20 feet away. So if I'm understanding, you want to grab the tablet and grab the charge and jump out and cover that distance, right?
That's ultimately the goal. But
All right.
what it really is cover half the distance, because I'm probably not going to be able to make it to Sorja and do something. So Sorja is going to continue to crawl towards the boat. I'm going to try to make it towards her, and we're doing all kinds of weird science math calculations on estimating velocities and all the rest of that kind of stuff.
I tell you what, if you burn a favor point, I'll say you get it together. Like, you mentally come to, you get it together. Like Sherlock Holmes checking out some shit, right? And all the little notes and stuff come together, and you're able to grab the charge and the pad at the same time clearly, because they're roughly in the same area.
Okay.
And you'll be able to grab those and clear the distance to Sorja if you give me one favor point.
Burn the favor point. Why not?
and you'll still be able to act.
I'll still be able to act. I'll grab Sorja, and the objective here is to try to help her, carry her, haul her back. Oh, sorry, from here, from where Sorja is standing.
All right.
Are either of the dogs within that 6-foot range of the power stick or power head?
Oh, absolutely. Either one, you take your pick.
The one that's not currently spewing fire.
All right.
And I'm not going to be particular about where I aim. I'm just going to try to, because I'm doing so many things this round, I am just going to try to stab out with that power stick and make contact wherever I can.
All right. So Hannibal still has Jerry's arm, and it's so Hannibal is not the one on fire. So that's the one you want to hit.
That's right.
All right.
Is that a coordination roll?
Yes.
An 11.
All right, that'll do it. All right, so what I'm doing is because you have the scuba skill, I'm not penalizing you for untrained usage of this thing, right?
Right.
So
yeah, that's kind of what I was going to try to argue, is that I'm very familiar with this device.
So yeah, I won't give you any kind of penalty on that. So because that falls within that broad area of your training. All right, that hits.
So it's 2d10?
Mm-hmm. It wasn't a critical, so
6. And I fully recognize that I'm going way beyond what should be reasonable for a round.
Yeah. Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, I've let people get away with more if you spend a favor point. Right?
Yep.
Let's see. I think I let Tommy blow up somebody with a spray paint can one time. It was funny, and he spent a favor point. All right. All right. The shot goes off. Boom. Hannibal yelps out. Sorja, David is coming to your rescue. Extending the power rod thing out. There's a burst from his shotgun. Your leg is on fire with pain.
Mm-hmm. I yell at him.
Jerry has fallen to your side. You can see the meat and the joint to where his arm would be, and just blood is free flowing out.
I'm fighting to get my phone out as I yell at David, "Get out of here. Let me go." And opening the app to set the stuff off.
All right.
I had already decided what I was going to do before he did his.
All right. Agamemnon steps forward and lunges out, but Agamemnon still can't see very well. Can't
or bite
operate
very well.
Yeah. So it just gets really intensely hot. And you can't see it, but Stephanie can. Father Thomas gives out one last breath. As his body runs cold from its last ounce of blood.
You'll get that with these home improvement injuries.
Hannibal goes for David. Missed you by one. All right, Jerry, you are bleeding out. You take 2 points, 2 additional points. And you can make a health action check to see if no, that's in the red. You need someone to actually assist you right now. Because you have a bleeding injury.
The only thing I'm going to do is send me out in a blaze of glory.
Let's go out.
Now,
Jerry
see-
Sorja has stumbled around for her phone. She's got it. David is a smart guy.
Yes. And what he realizes is that if he uses every ounce of movement he possibly can, he's going to try to get to the helm of the boat and gun the engines. So he's going to try to do exactly the opposite of what he just did all over again, burning another favor point.
Okay. If you burn the favorite point, you get to the boat. You turn around, you take a few steps, sort of holding Hannibal at bay with the end of this thing, which is already spent, but Hannibal doesn't realize that. Still has a piece of Jerry hanging from his jaw. Some fancy footwork, you make it back onto the boat. Stephanie's like, David, is Jerry dead? I think Deacon is dead.
If he isn't, he's about to be.
I don't know, but we got to get out of here.
All right. It's your turn, Sorja.
I hit the button and I just look up.
All right. Well, I don't even know if there needs to be a roll. except for when Jerry made those 3 bombs and he rolled to make them, one of them is a dud. But I'm going to give it to Sorja because this is very thematic here, cinematic explosion. And it is a B-grade horror movie.
The 2 sets off the dud.
Yep.
Do they at least get to catch a part of us and take us home?
Well,
Or we
I mean,
start
technically,
jumping?
Sorja, you are not dead. I'm just going by the narrative that you are.
No, I knew I would probably blow up with the dock.
Yeah, I was just, as a player, if that's
Mm-hmm.
if this is the way that you think it needs to go, then that's the way.
I
it
didn't think
goes.
I'd get
But-
back to the ship on my own and
All right.
with enough time to keep because they actually went on the dock this time. They wouldn't even go on the dock last time.
All right. Mad explosion. Shrapnel goes everywhere. Let's see. Like a piece of wood flies up and hits the glass, the screen on the boat. But that's about all it does. Your friends have given their lives, David.
Throttles are full forward. We're out of here.
All right, and there's much more fire than there should be. And you could hear the screaming of the dogs, angry, wailing screaming of the dogs. Whoa.
This is a big research vessel. You know, those big
Right.
diesel engines are exactly.
And Stephanie's just screaming her brains out.
Yes.
They blew themselves up.
All right, you get to man. I was really joking about wanting to kill you guys. I really was. Now I feel kind of sad.
Well, you didn't have to. We did it ourselves.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, no, the dice got Jerry. The dice got.
Yeah.
Jerry.
Yeah.
He got it. It was bad.
That 21 killed me.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely.
Well, and plus it was a 3rd-degree arm injury. It already had damage. All
And
right.
chest damage and everything else.
Yep. All right, there is an explosion. There's fire, and the fire burns far longer, David. You can still see it as you go past, as you head out. Are you going in the direction of Newthome's Pride?
Yeah, we're not. The objective here isn't to like just blast out of here and head all the way home. The objective here is to pull off, get a safe distance, reassess, regroup, try to figure out what the hell is going on, and go from there.
All right. From even you roll up to Newthome's Pride, you can still see in the moonlight. Wait, is it a full moon? It's a half, but all right, it's a half waning gibbous, but you can still see in that moonlight the smoke coming from the little dot that is the island. Newthome's Pride is there. It's dark. It has some lights on it. The waves are just rocking, and you can hear the sounds of the ocean at night. There's nothing coming from Father Thomas, not a breath. Not Father Thomas. Fuck. Deacon Thomas, not a breath. Nothing. The whole time, Stephanie, she has no more tears. She has no. Like, her eyes are swollen and red and dry. And she's just almost to the point to where she's just kind of fetal position.
They don't know I found that clipboard in the house either.
She's just sitting there, like, and her teeth are chattering, like, as you roll up to Newthome's Pride anchored. What will you do?
You're muted.
I guess the objective here is to pull up to Newthome's Pride, tie off, do the best that I can at consoling Dr. Newthsome, to try to make heads or tails of what's happened, to try to formulate a next step. Given that there is a substantial fire going on at the dock, we have to try to figure out what we're going to do, whether we call the authorities and bring them in on this, or whether we, come up with a, catastrophic propane tank failure or something like that, where we were trying to get the heater at the dock back online or something. I don't know. Try to come up with a cover story. Look down at Father Vicar Deacon Thomas, and
yes, he's just pale white. He's bled out. There's just a pool of blood underneath him.
Yeah, look down at him, and I'll check his pulse, and all the rest of that kind of stuff. Whatever I can do, recognizing that I've already done all I can do for the guy. Mm-hmm. There's just not a lot, short of starting to swab the deck and clean up after the mess. There's not a lot that I can do with that. I have to take several moments here to collect my thoughts and try to figure out what the F just happened. none of this was supposed to happen the way it did. How did it all go wrong? How did it all go wrong? Jerry. Oh, Sorja. Oh, to lose them both. To what were those monstrosities? Those demon hell dogs, whatever they were. Ah, this is stuff of a horror movie, not real life. And I just take a moment to try to, to recover.
Yes. Stephanie eventually moves over to Newthome's Pride. She's still in the wetsuit that Sorja gave her. She's just looking around. She just does not know how to process this. And it comes to her and she's, David, they're dead, David. What happened? What was that?
I wish I knew.
What was it that blew up? Was that the dogs that exploded? I don't understand it.
It must have been. It's the only explanation that makes sense. I don't know what happened. You saw the dogs. We just had to get off that dock. You saw what it did. Oh, Jerry. Oh, Jerry. Sorja. Oh, Sorja.
No.
The paperwork I'm going to have to do back at the university. Oh, my God. It's going to be awful.
But what do we do? What do we do, David? Who can we tell? People are going to think we're crazy if we tell this story. And what's worse, we don't know that the survey guy. Maybe the survey guy is dead too. And if the survey guy is dead, and now poor Sorja and David, that's 3 people. What are we going to do? Just send more out here to get eaten by that thing? Can they even deal with these things? Who deals with these type of things? Who do you call? Don't say Ghostbusters.
I don't know.
Muted. The Ghostbusters.
I don't know. But we'll figure it out. We'll figure it out together. We need to figure out what's going on. Jerry had mentioned something that I don't know if it makes sense or not, but that tree, that damn tree.
The Frostwood tree? My mother's tree?
Yes, that tree on this island is an invasive species. Clearly, there are regulations about invasive species. We must take care of that tree. There is no more research being done on that tree. That tree is now an invasive species of this island. And who knows what will happen if it goes unchecked.
You think
the house.
The tree is killing people, David? It's not the tree, it's the dogs, Hannibal and Agamemnon. And what was that thing in the house? It looked like me, David. It looked like a younger me. And what does it want with Alice? And why is my mother's voice coming from the house? Oh, why is this happening?
And your dad shot Jerry.
Yeah. She don't know that part.
Yeah, she knew it. We told her.
Oh, that's right. She wasn't She wasn't there for it.
Yeah.
Dr. Newthsome, let's think about this carefully, scientifically. We can work through this. We've got to come up with a plan on what to do. Let me ask, you've seen the condition of the house. Is there any reason to keep the house standing?
No,
There's no financial value there, right? There emotional value. Look at what the house did. How you can handle that, I don't understand.
No,
But
I can handle it, David. If you want to burn it down, you think we should burn it down? I mean, do you want to go back?
we should take care of that house. We should eliminate it from the equation. It's too big a risk. It's too big a risk. We cannot allow others to fall into this same trap.
David, how are we going to? I mean, what we can't? They'll kill us if we go back. I mean, how are we going to do it?
I'm not sure yet, but I think the
rogue
first
shark. I can handle a rogue shark, but this is crazy.
This is no different than a rogue shark. Pull yourself together. Let's assess the situation, take inventory of what we have to being able to bring this house down. Let's see. We have fuel. I made sure that the research vessel was fully topped off before we left.
I was filling diesel tanks, containers, before we went back.
And are they on the deck of the boat? Okay, so we have diesel fuel available. What is left of Sorja's drone equipment?
It's all there, including the one with the 2 flare guns on it.
So I guess this is the question. Have I picked up enough of piloting Sorja's drones from just being around her and talking with her about that technology and how it would apply, mostly how it would apply to my research? That was the real interest here, in what its capabilities are. But how much, osmosis learning, working with the interface and things like that, is there?
Actually, that's something I've been thinking about. Familiarity with with unskilled things. Like, I think in the past, what in some games I did, as long as you spend some time exposed to it and it's not super complex, the penalty won't be as strong, but there still has to be some kind of penalty to it.
Sure.
Because I think one instance was someone using a military radio. They weren't accustomed to using radios, but the person people they were hanging around were military, and I said, okay, you've been around them enough to know how to use it basically. So I think I'm going to put some familiarity thing like that into the game, I believe.
Okay. So that's definitely one possibility, is trying to utilize the drones and the flare guns. So how many of these drone flare gun setups were there?
There's one drone with 2 flare guns on it, then a couple regular ones, which I had been working on trying to set up a way to drop the fuel from. I don't know if I completed it, though.
I guess what I will try to do is, the interface was the tablet for flying and navigating those devices. So I'll start by looking at the tablet and taking one of the drones that is not kitted out. So just one of the basic drones that doesn't have flare guns or fuel delivery systems or anything like that. And I'm just going to start experimenting with it and see if I can first make a connection with that particular. First, if I can figure out which app she was using for communicating with the drones. See if I can figure out the power button on the drone, that kind of stuff.
All right, I tell you what we'll do is it's going to be a comprehension role, but you are a scientist and you are familiar with. You've used computers. You do use electronics that are not available to the general public. So we'll let you.
I do have 1 point in mechanics as well, if that comes into play at all.
Yeah, I think you were trying to fix them or something like that. I think as far as figuring out how to use them, I think that you were a skilled enough scientist, and I believe I think you have a high comprehension too. Let's see.
Yeah, my comprehension is my intellect is 8, comprehension is plus 2.
8, yeah. So I mean, I think that you could figure out how to fly these. Now, I'm not saying you could do tricks with it, but I think you can figure out the basic flight of these things.
Okay.
So you could use the software and stuff. I mean, I'm not a scientist, but if I know how to fly a drone with the iPad, So
yeah.
It's not
rocket science.
Yeah, I think you're all right.
So I guess what I'll do is I will attempt a flight. Well, first I'm going to take a quick inventory of how many flares do we have left for the flare guns.
I don't know. It's from the boat. I don't know what is the case of flares. I think on the movies it's like 6 or something.
Yeah.
Okay, 6, and I think we used 1 as a test, so we have 5 flares left.
Yep.
Yes.
Okay. So I'm going to take the take command of the first drone, the one with the flares, and I'm going to attempt to fly it over to the house, using whatever rudimentary, thermal imaging, blah blah blah, flight camera capabilities that the drones have got to guide my navigation to the house, with the ultimate attempt to
light it on
as I
fire.
remember, there was a large hole in the roof of the house, to try to get into the house with the drone, not necessarily precision firing, but try to get it into the house to identify some flammable material and generally point it in that direction, cross my fingers and set it off.
All right, so you're going to have to either take Newtsome's prior or the boat back to get closer to Newtsome's island.
Okay, yeah, it'll definitely be the research vessel.
All right. Okay, you get back, or you start to head back. You can see the smoke. There could be a little worry that smoke might attract the authorities. That's a possibility. You get closer, you can see debris floating in the water. There is some fire on the dock. You don't see any flaming dog or any larger dog. That oppressive feeling that you get when you get to the island starts to set in on you. Did you bring Stephanie with you?
No.
All right.
But I told her what the plan was. but I did not bring her with me.
All right. So I think I won't give you any penalty. So
I still have to make a roll. So
yeah. I'm trying to think which one we should probably. I'm not going to give you any penalty for figuring it out. So I'll just let you make a unpenalized coordination check.
I'm going to burn a favor point.
All right.
I got them to use. I may as well may I use them.
Yeah, you get one back every game.
13.
That'll do it. Now it's no fancy flying or anything, but the general rule is the general rule is success score is 11 for average like anyway, I don't want to get too far into it. We're running out of time.
Uh-huh.
You get the drone up, get it over the tree line. It's not cloudy, and there is half moon is available. So, and there's also the occasional light coming from the lighthouse in the distance.
And the research vessel should be lit up like a Christmas tree.
Yeah. Now, Sorja, did you have microphones on these things? I can't remember.
Yeah, because it had the video and everything. So that because when we were yelling at people,
Okay.
they'd hear us.
All right. David, you don't see any signs around the house. Off in the distance, and you almost missed it, but off in the distance behind the house, you can see what looks like a flicker of flame. But you get the drone over the house, over the hole in the roof.
Piano.
Just so I'm explaining it clear, there appears to be some kind of fire or something going on several yards behind the house.
Piano or couch? Aim for the piano or the couch?
Or the wall. The floor.
I'm going to continue on past the opening of the house as best I can, and see if I can get a better understanding of what's going on with this fire. Because it shouldn't be a fire here.
All right. You remember where the patio was at?
Yep.
So from where you're at, you can see the patio, and you can see like a little path going off behind the house. From there, you'll have to get a little lower or zoom down, which I'm not going to make it lower, as long as you don't do anything crazy. There is like a stone area, like a stone circle area, a nice stone structure. Just there's like a patio area back here, right? And there's there's a fountain. There's some old concrete furniture and stuff. You can see where there's been some holes dug and buried back over. And you can only imagine that that's where Rebecca and Carl's bodies were. Remember, they had them exhumed.
Yep.
Off to the side, you can't read it, but you can see these smaller headstones. And there's looks to be like a hole. And there's fire and some smoke coming out of the hole where these smaller headstones are. I can attempt to sketch that out for you if you like.
I understand. I just don't understand. So I get I understand what you're saying, but I'm just trying to process what I'm seeing and figure it out. I think what I'll do is I'll look down on the tablet. Is there a record function?
Sure.
I'll hit record. Grab a couple of minutes or 30 seconds of video of what I'm seeing.
All right.
We got a lot of static, which just started from the background music again. The music went into static.
Music.
Whatever background music and stuff you had, or LT's audio's doing its thing again because it's been long enough.
Oh no, there shouldn't be any music playing. I'm getting everything.
There was.
It's my mic. I just muted it real quick.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, so if you see where I just that little bits I sketched out there with very crudely with the mouse.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so right here is where the two smaller headstones are, and then here's like where the smoldering is. Here is where there were two, or you're fairly certain, because the way the place is decorated, it almost looks like memorial area. So you're pretty sure that's where the graves of Rebecca and Carl were.
Trying to bring the family all back together.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you record a little bit of it, so it's not a problem.
Yep. For further analysis, since I have the homeowner's
Permission.
permission, I'm going to light her up. So after grabbing that video, I'm going to turn off the record function and fly the drone back in as best I can, if I can, through the hole of the in the roof, down into the debris field, and if it looks like I can land on something, I will. Point blank firing is probably better than not. But I guess that'll depend upon what the dice yield.
All right. Okay. And this will wrap it up for the night. You fly the drone in through the hole. As you're watching this on the iPad, I imagine you have it on the low light vision, the low light function, which I think is that's black and white, right?
Yeah.
You pass through the hole. You can see the jagged edges of the hole where the wood is cracked and some of the shingling stuff that's fallen in, some of the old wiring that for the lighting. You can see on the mic, whether it be audio, something is going on with the audio. It's like there's something's like it's picking up some kind of repetitive sound. You concentrate on it a little more and you listen, and there's a sound like you get closer in and the sound gets louder and louder. It's definitely a heartbeat. And there's also, when you get into that and you get to that bottom floor, you can see debris and stuff lightly blowing around, and you pick up another sound. So there's this heartbeat sound. There's also like this, like something's breathing. You get it into that living room area. You can see the piano with the debris all on top of it. And it's basically your choice where you want to set it off at.
So remember, there was a piano, there was a couch that was repairing.
The couch is in the couch is in the foyer.
Couch was in the foyer.
The piano is pretty much right here. That whatever the fuck that is, I just drew.
I will use my best judgment as to what the largest pile of flammable material is. And I will attempt to, assuming it's not in the swirling mass on top of the piano. If it's not, well, I basically don't want to put the drone in jeopardy. I still want to be able to recover the drone if possible. It may not be possible. So I'm looking for, a pile of papers or, something like that.
Wood walls.
Yeah, there's debris piles everywhere.
All right. So I'll move to the best pile I can find, land the drone, and hit the red button.
All right, he's going to just sacrificing the drone, right?
Well, my thought here is hit the red button and see what happens to the drone afterward. If it can still fly, I'll try to fly it out of there. But I don't think,
Not exactly built for gunfire.
Exactly.
Yeah. All right. I'll tell you, if you want to salvage the drone is important to you, you want to salvage your drone, I'll let you spend a favorite point. Otherwise, what you see is the flare goes off, boom, and then you see the distorted view of the drone tumbling around to the ground and landing like upside down on the ground. So is that cool with you?
That's fine.
All right. You can see the room just light up in that black and white, especially from that low light, just gets really white. And in the sound you can hear, "Where is Stephanie?" And we'll go ahead and call it there. We're past time. So.
Outstanding. Bravo.
Well done, everybody. Well done.
In honor of Sorja and Jerry.
All right. So is that it?
That'll be all.
Do you want to wait to see if the house catches on fire? Or you want
to? We got to wait. We definitely have to wait.
All right.
So we got to go another week with 2 dead people. All right.
Well, here's the thing. You don't have to. In the game, so if you do die, you can always make a new character.
Yeah.
And join when at the nearest opportunity, or you can take over one of the NPCs until the opportunity comes up. Right now, there's only one available NPC. So.
Yeah.
I'm totally cool if you make new characters and play again. I don't want to give anything away, so I don't want to say if you're at the end or if you're not or whatever. But
how many suicide attempts have you had in the game? Or
2.
Not even attempt.
Well, there was walking into the shotgun, and then there was
blowing us up.
All right. So
anyone want to work at the yacht club?
If you want to make new characters again, it'd be awesome if you did and you joined us again. I love playing with you guys. So
yeah.
I mean, that's something we can talk about.
Yeah.
Off stream. And,
yep.
And Diamond needs fellow players.
Yeah.
Desperately.
Yep.
Okay, well, let's end the stream. and then we'll go from there.
All righty. Well, I
And
believe
Thorne,
we're
what
gonna end it
accent
here.
is next? Yep.
I believe
leave it
we'll
here?
end it here, and we'll be back next Tuesday for some more weird. Maybe there'll be 2 more members joining David, or maybe David will burn the house down and it'll all be over. Could it be that easy? Could it be? Will fire really exercise whatever horrors are here on this island? Maybe. We'll find out. But tomorrow is Wednesday, and I do believe Wednesday is Delta Green at 7:00. And then Saturday is going to be Welcome Home. I'm pretty sure,
Yep.
right?
Yep.
Welcome Home.
Yep.
Where I'll be playing Professor Matches, and Two Wolf will be playing Tooks the sorcerer with the cursed blade, Black Razor. I'm still waiting for some insane shit to happen with that. So
Yeah, the
But-
changeling warlock.
mhm. And I believe that'll be it for us.
All
And
right.
it was great. I loved it.
Mhm.
Can't wait to do it again.
Thank
Yep.
you, everybody. And always remember, stay out of my dungeon.
Mhm.
Good night,
And
everyone.
stay weird.